Hey guys, Rob Dog here, and today I'm going to talk about the latest Steven Universe episode. Or at the time of this recording, it is the latest Steven Universe episode. Boy oh boy, is this a good one. This is the first Steven Universe focused topic that I'll be doing. I sort of looked at this show in July when I talked about my top 10 favorite Rebecca Sugar songs, but she was the focus, and now it's all about Steven. One of my friends actually asked me why I was avoiding Steven Universe. I wasn't. I love Steven Universe, and the show has some amazing episodes, but none that I really wanted to comment on, because most of the time they don't really stand out due to the show having a lot of great episodes. However, it finally happened. This episode made me click. This is the one I want to talk about because it pushed all my buttons in the right way. I got a really good high off of this episode, and it is without a doubt my favorite episode. Though that could be the Stevani bias because I just love Schiller so much. So this episode starts off with Steven being bald. Wait, what? Oh, no, he's not bald. It's just a bald cap he's wearing to fool Connie. Speaking of her, Connie seems off in this episode. She isn't fazed by the bald Steven, and she's not her usual self. Pearl and Garnet walk in to get the kids for fusion training, and Connie's mind seems like it's somewhere else. After a funny but cute dance and some fighting, Stevani is about to take out the Hollow Pearl fusion, but Shklee sees a kid and cries out that she's sorry and splits up. After this, Connie runs out and Steven follows her. He finds her sulking on the stairs and she explains that she beat up a kid at school by accident. She feels really bad about it and it's been destroying her. Luckily, Garnet shows up and helps them out. Garnet shows Stevani how to deal with Connie's issues by singing a song. Connie is able to finally accept what happened and is able to move on. The next day, she's more pumped than ever. She apologized to Jeff and she feels much better that she addressed her issues. She did, but someone did not. That someone is obviously Steven. While the two are training, Stevani is fighting much better than before, until Shklee starts getting visions again. This time it's from Steven's perspective, and there is a lot of baggage there. Stevani starts seeing all the people Steven couldn't help, stabbing Bismuth, corrupting Jasper, and attacking Ruby. Stevani also sees Rose, who looks very disappointed. Stevani backpedals off the edge and splits up. Connie tries to fuse with Steven again to save them, but Steven is too out of it. He is crying because he couldn't save them, and as someone who wants to help out everyone, that is the worst thing he can go through. Connie tells Steven that the only way to deal with it is to accept it and move on. Steven does his best and Stevani is able to save them. And the episode ends with Stevani's amazing laugh. Seriously, it's really amazing. I love that laugh so much. There's a lot of ground to cover here, so I won't waste any time. I'll start with something that you can't see while watching this due to my style. The animation. This episode had a guest animator that apparently worked on Spirited Away. I haven't seen Spirited Away since I can't find the DVD or Blu-ray, so I can't make any comparisons. However, I can say that the animation is absolutely stunning. The butterflies during the song are stunning and really well done. You can really see the difference when you look at the promo for the next episode because it really doesn't look as good. Next up are the characters who, well, are all fantastic. Well, maybe not Pearl, but Hollow Pearl is pretty great. You know, that "come at me, children." That line is pretty hilarious. Garnet had a great line too with that "hand me the phone" bit, and her giant smile when she saw Stevani. Garnet is pretty amazing in this episode, especially that song. The main stars of the show here, though, are Steven, Connie, and Stevani. Connie is our framing device. Her issue sets up the development of Stevani and Steven, and she gets our plot underway. She doesn't really have as much development as the other two, but she still plays an important role and learns a valuable lesson. Stevani in this episode can be seen as our bellboy, because Stevani carries Connie and Steven's baggage. I'm so sorry, that was really awful. Why did I write that? Stevani brings out the demons that Connie and Steven have been repressing, and it's a great way to get a look into their issues. Stevani plays a much more important role than she did in Beach City Drift. Instead of the kids hating someone, fusing, and not hating someone, Stevani is used to shoulder their issues and is there to help them deal with it, because if they don't, she can't be there anymore. Also, I feel like I should mention this. When Stevani floats, she flutters like Yoshi does. You know when Yoshi does his flutter jump? That's what she does. And knowing Rebecca Sugar, that was intentional. It's pretty great. Connie and Stevonnie were a segue into Steven's repressed issues. They were pretty big, especially when you consider that Steven imagined his mother being disappointed that he didn't help everyone. You kinda get the feeling that Steven still has this idea in his head that he will never live up to Rose Quartz, and well, can you blame him? The only person that said he's not Rose had some serious issues with Rose. Not even Connie said that to him, and they're jam buds. I think this was a really interesting look into Steven's mind, and while it seemed like he made some peace with it, it's not over. Not by a long shot. When I say this episode is my favorite episode, it could just be because of my Stevonnie bias. Because I absolutely love Stevonnie. This episode gave me more than enough reason to love her just because she's in it, and she's really awesome. There's one thing that set me into overdrive on the Stevonnie hype, and that is the song, Here Comes a Thought. I glossed over the song earlier, but that was because I wanted to give it more focus. This is without a doubt my favorite Steven Universe song. It is my favorite Rebecca Sugar song. Hell, it's one of the best songs I've ever heard. This was the first time Stevonnie sang, and like the second time Garnet took center stage while singing. And it ticks all the right boxes. It would be like combining my top favorite Rebecca Sugar songs into one, and making them 10 times better. That's just how good this song is. I can't forget about AJ, I can't pronounce her last name's performance here. She is amazing when she sings, and I get chills. Her voice is just so soft, delicate, and very charming. It fits Stevonnie perfectly and made me love Stevonnie a whole lot more than I did before. Then that duet kicks in and a shockwave is just sent through my entire body. It is just that amazing. And if you don't believe me, listen to it on loop for like a day and tell me you get tired of it. If you do, I know you're lying. That's really all I have to say. This episode sports a great message, has fantastic visuals and characters, and has an amazing song. I can't wait to see them top this, but for the time being, this is my #1 episode. With that being said, I will sign off. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have had a great day. Take care, everyone, and I will see you soon.